Well, welcome to a glimpse into my world. I am a mom of five, one baby in heaven, and four ranging in age from 10 to 17. My life is busy, full, complicated, amazing. See, I am divorcing after 27 years of marriage. 27, together 31. And this is the best decision and the first decision that I can truly stand behind and say is 100% mine, and it is 100% gifting me and my children life back. Sounds strange, right? But it's actually not. One day my daughter looked at me when she was 9, and this was in the fall of 2019. 2018. Heck. She looked at me and she hugged me really, really tight, and she looked at me with big tears in her eyes one morning before school, and she said, "Mama, are you going to divorce Dad?" And I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. She saw me cry every day. She saw the ugly things that were happening in our house, but I was shocked. And I looked down at her and I said, "Sarah, why would you ask that?" And in that moment, she defined love through her eyes. In her innocence, she looked up at me and she said, "Mama, Daddy loves you. He just shows it by being mean." And I thought I would die. I couldn't hardly breathe. It washed over me, the realization of what I was doing by staying in a marriage, because I was raised to stay married. I was raised to be here forever. And what I realized by staying here is that I was either raising 4 victims or, God forbid, 4 abusers. I knew in that moment that life had to change. When I talked to my then husband the next day about it, he justified what she said. In that moment, I knew I was done. I knew the only option for me was divorce. Shortly after that, one of my children suffered a severe concussion that he is still feeling the effects of, and here we are in January of 2020. So the divorce and dealing with the reality of my life went on hold to manage a medical injury so severe it actually pulled him out of school for about 12 to 13 weeks. Anyway, that's just a little bit about me, and this is my space to talk about it, to talk about the amazing people who have come into my life, who are helping me heal, who are making me whole, who are challenging me to talk some about having started domestic abuse therapy with an amazing therapist, what I've learned, what I've conquered, and where I'm going. We separated in the late winter, I believe it was February or March of 2019, and I filed for divorce in September of 2019. It was a journey from separating to actually filing for divorce. I was hired by a friend of mine to work in marketing in December of 2019, and honestly just found my niche. It's phenomenal. If you follow me on any of my personal media, you've seen some of my posts and my stories that are about the work that I do and how passionate I am about it. You've even seen some videos maybe, but what I do is promote a conversation around reducing the stigma and shame around mental health and mental illness while underscoring and increasing, hopefully, the funding and insurance coverage for people and families battling those in their lives. And I love it. I'm so passionate about it. It's been very rewarding and very terrifying to be so incredibly valued through my work and the people I work with. It's interesting thinking that you're not beautiful, believing it, not thinking it, believing it, that you have no value. It took me weeks to turn in an invoice to get paid because it was terrifying to think that I had value somebody would pay for. So, welcome to my space. And the recordings will not always be crystal clear or perfect because the glimpse into my mind, into my life, includes children and dogs and dust. And I'm sure some cobwebs. This is my space to be real, and by inviting you in, I want to reduce the shame and stigma around women or men, both, breaking a cycle of domestic violence. Domestic violence is not hitting only. There are many levels and layers to living in a domestic situation that is unhealthy. And my hope by starting this is to help others and to help myself to continue my growth and my journey to becoming whole and to becoming who I truly know I could be, and having the external me who is so powerful and strong and seen as a courageous leader. I'm on the school board. I've won 2 elections in my community. I run a local soccer program. I speak in front of people on a regular basis. But the internal me, the one that nobody can see except for me and a couple people, there are a few people I've let into that internal me to see the insecurities, the fear, to have the gap close and to have and witness an explosive moment where the internal me and the external me realize they're the same person, where I accept the amazing things that people tell me about me, where I believe them and I feel them. So, if you're brave of heart and courageous in spirit, join me on the journey. Follow the podcast. Help me change a culture of believing that the only type of domestic violence involves bruises and stitches and photographs and police reports. Because when your mind is held captive by another person, by their anger, their rage, it can really destroy you too. Anyway, I am Nita Lundberg, and thank you for listening in. Share. I would actually ask that you do share. I would ask that you invite others to listen, that you share whatever and wherever this journey goes. And I am looking forward to introducing you to some of my support group. I'm not sure who I'm going to invite first, and just so we all are clear, I am going to be working very, very strongly on reducing the number of ums that I use, so including that example, that is 4, and that is really irritating to me. I strive not to have that be my filler when I'm looking for a word. Regardless, I have some amazing friends, and they include Matt, Emily, Dan, John, Shannon, well, there are more. And hear one of my kids being really goofy. He'll be super irritated there on the background of this recording. However, it is what it is. To the rest of my friends that I didn't name off, like Stacy and Andy and Katrina, and Paul, and the list, and Kevin, and on and on and on the list goes. You guys are amazing, and you guys have gotten me through really rough spots. And over time, I want to use this space also to celebrate you guys and friendship, and how important friends are in defining our worth and our value. All right? Thank you for listening. Have an amazing day. And this is Nita Lundberg giving you a glimpse into